for your Orlando Magic up front. Richardson in. Castillo is out. Dwight Howard, of course, in the middle. Jameer Nelson and Jason Richardson going at it. Let's check in now on the Sun Sports Spotlight. The man you could call the large infant, but we call Glenn Big Baby Davis. He receives wonderful attributes. He's a player focused on building family ties with teammates, being unselfish and helping teammates play better. He has never been able to shake the idea that he hasn't been committed to fitness and conditioning due to his body type. To choose away at that notion, Davis spent the offseason working out at the IMG Basketball Academy over in Bradenton, Florida. The results, they're getting there. He clearly loves the new makeup of the body. He was tweeting on the Orlando Magic Media Day, flexing his own muscles with a little photo of his with the caption, "Wow, looking very jacked up." As for his effect on the floor for Orlando, he wants to bring some lessons from Boston to this Magic team on the floor. He spent the first part of his career learning lessons about intensity and focus from Kevin Garnett. Some of those things will be lingering with him as he comes here, and he's focusing on the intensity. He says, and I quote, "If you bring fire, and if you bring it every single day, then that's contagious." And that's what I learned from KG. Every day he walked in, he brought that level of intensity. Every day when you're standing right by him, you've got to bring the same thing. He was hoping to bring that to Orlando as a starter. Eric and Tony, it's time to ball y'all over to you.
Thank you, Jack. Stan Van Gundy, just about an hour ago, was talking about the battle for the power forward job as a starter in Orlando. Ryan Anderson's been one of the most impressive players in Magic camp, and Anderson did score 22 at the Heat's house on Sunday. But Tony Stan feels it's a better mix for his club to probably go with Glenn Davis at the 4 to start, but he also mentioned Davis would be his primary backup at center.
I think Glenn Davis will probably be the backup. He'll come off the bench because when they start the season, they're going to need to back up Dwight Howard in that center position, and if Davis starts to get some foul trouble, they're very weak in that position. So I think you may find Anderson starting the power forward with Big Baby Davis coming off the bench.
Well, Stan said it was still up for debate, and that becomes obvious now because Ryan Anderson, who came off the bench Sunday, will start alongside Dwight Howard tonight. Coach Dwight Howard, obviously the center story here in Orlando. His future is the critical issue for the Orlando Magic. There was another story today in the Orlando Sun-Sentinel written by Mike Bianchi, and the headline read, "Dwight, just tell us the truth." So all of Orlando waiting and hoping that Dwight Howard's answer will be affirmative, and he will stay with the Magic, but this a drama that is not likely to end anytime soon.
And it can't help the team as they go forward now, starting the season on Sunday. You know, you don't want to. You want to limit as many distractions as possible, so you don't want all those distractions as you start the season.
Our officiating crew to work tonight's game: Ed F. Rush, Brent Barnaky, and Sean Wright. The final preseason game for both these squads. Glad you're with us. And South Florida, off we go on another Miami Heat preseason NBA adventure. Which Dwight Howard was awful in the game the other night. Had just 5 points on 2 for 9 shooting. Got Joel Anthony and Dexter Pittman in early foul trouble. Off the offensive rebound, that's Jason Richardson missing from 3. And Dwayne Wade holds on to the rebound. Magic took 31 three-point shots in Sunday night's loss at Miami. Too many for most, but par for the course for this Magic team.
When you're a good three-point shooting team, you like to take a lot of them, but you live and die with the 3.
Dwight Howard pulling down the rebound. And here's Jameer Nelson, who had a nightmare in Miami. Missed all 10 of his shots at just 1 point. Anderson from downtown. And Dwight Howard was held. And I believe it's Joel Anthony's first foul of the game.
Dwight Howard sealed Joel under the rim that time, but Joel tried to grab him, keep him from getting to it. See the way he's sealing him right under the basket? Joel grabbed his arm. That's going to be a point of emphasis this year for officials when guys grab arms like that.
Jameer Nelson weaving through traffic, setting up Quentin Richardson, who misses the 3-ball. And LeBron actually boshed down with a rebound. Magic had missed their first 4 shots from the field. over Richardson for 2. LeBron James, the mid-range shot, working very, very well. He's now made 10 of his 15 shots in the preseason.
Fans booed him when he caught the ball, and then on the repost when he made the shot, they cheered him.
2-0 Miami. Jason Richardson, he came over in a deal with the Phoenix Suns last year that sent Vince Carter west. Howard misses. Ryan Anderson backtaps for a quick Richardson 3. And Orlando is now 0 for 6.
Richardson already is 0 for 3 from 3.
Jason Richardson trailing Dwayne Wade, who has his back to the goal. Nice spin. Reading the defense with his body and making the Magic pay. 4-0 Heat.
Well, we saw that the other night as well. Wade's going to go down in that low post at times. We know he can post up guys. Even if they're as strong as he is, he likes to spin away and get to the rim.
2 minutes in, Magic looking for their first field goal. They are 0 for 7, and LeBron James deflecting that out of the hands of Dwight Howard.
Yeah, Howard might have gotten away with pushing Joel that time.
Now the Magic have already taken 5 from downtown, and not looking in the Dwight Howard, at least here in the first couple of minutes. And here they go to Dwight, low post against Joel Anthony. Topside, Quentin Richardson. Nelson, corner 3, and that's no good. So an 0 for 8 start for the Magic, but they do get it back. Jameer Nelson, the 8-year veteran out of St. Joe's in Philadelphia. Here's Howard setting up with a hook, an inside look, and another missed shot. And the Magic are now 0 for 9. Incredible shooting, or lack thereof, for Orlando. Here's Bosh on the move, ball deflected out, but Chris Bosh, on his way to the rim, drew a foul.
He is so good as a trailer, Eric, because when he catches the ball at the top of the key, he can take his man off the dribble either way, finish with either hand. He's added that more range on his shot, as we know. He worked there on his own in the offseason, extending it all the way out to the three-point line. And if he can shoot decently from 3, he's going to be even more difficult to guard.
Ryan Anderson picked up Orlando's first foul. Bosh was 6 for 6 at the stripe in Sunday's preseason opener. He had 14 points, although he didn't shoot well, 4 of 11, 5 rebounds, but also 3 steals and a pair of block shots in Sunday night's big Miami win. By the way, the 33-point margin of victory, the widest margin in Heat preseason history. And that does encompass the 23 previous preseasons. 5-0 Miami out in front. 3 minutes in, Chris Bosh with a steal. Has Wade in the middle. Gets it right back and missed it on the run. LeBron makes sure.
Eric, I think Bosh was too far under the rim to dunk it. That's why he threw it up like that. But LeBron, following the play, did not assume that his teammates were going to finish. What a terrific play by Bosh.
I thought the pass by Wade was brilliant, the way he returned it in close quarters.
I think he surprised Bosh a little bit with the return.
Jameer Nelson could not split the defense. And Bosh tying up Jameer. Jameer got away. Anderson missing the 3. And the Magic now 0 for 10. That's a tough way for a team that lost by 33 to open up tonight. As LeBron James in the post draws the foul on Jameer Nelson, his first and Orlando's second.
Terrific play started by Bosh on the steal. Got it to D. Wade. Wade threw it back. Chris, he had enough room. He could have put that in. It looked like maybe he slipped out of his hand a little bit when he went to dunk it. But LeBron, following the play, finishes it. But how about Chris Bosh now? Already a few rebounds, a steal, running the floor, taking his man off the dribble, getting to the foul line. You just love the way the Heat are flowing into their offense this early in the, well, I'm going to say this early in preseason. After tonight is over.
Tony Dwayne Wade, an unselfish superstar in Sunday's preseason win. He had 8 field goal attempts. Only 8 field goal attempts, 5 assists. LeBron missing both free throws, including that air ball. 7-0 Miami. The Magic have missed all 10 of their shots. 7 of those missed shots have come from downtown. Almost 4 minutes gone by. Chalmers defending Jameer Nelson. 4 on the shot clock. Nelson ducks in, 20-footer. 0 for 11 now. As Wade advances for Miami. And has a mismatch, working against the smallest point guard, Nelson. Help from Ryan Anderson, and we get a defensive 3-second call on the Magic.
Now, when you back your man down like that, Eric, in the NBA, you have 5 seconds to either shoot it or pass it from when you start backing your man down. And Wade was close to a 5-second call there, but the Magic were a defensive 3 seconds.
You know, Tony, we talked about margin of victory as Chalmers makes a technical free throw. 30-plus point victories are hard to find in preseason history for Miami, winning by 33 Sunday. Back in 2004, the Heat had a 31-point preseason win against Atlanta, and the Heat beat Toronto back in 1996 in the preseason by 30, a game that took place in Buffalo, New York.
What was impressive about it was a lot of the main guys played in the 20s in minutes. They didn't play a lot of minutes.
Well, he had scored the first 8 points in this game, and Dwayne Wade called for his first foul, the second team foul on Miami.
And there bears a new emphasis on an old rule there that when a guy gets fouled, if he tries to throw the shot up, trying to get a 3-point, trying to get to the foul line 3 times, the officials are not going to give him that. They're going to just take the ball out if it's and treat it as a common foul.
Ryan Anderson was wide open in the corner, but missed a 3. The Magic are now 0 for 12. And Orlando's already taken 8 from downtown. Wade brings it topside, guarded by Jason Richards, and he'll fire. And bank it in.
I don't think he called bank, but it doesn't matter.
You've got to call it. You just have to
put it in.
Yes. 5 minutes in, the Heat have scored the first 10 points of the game. Magic have had some open looks. They haven't capitalized. Howard had it stripped. Another turnover on the Magic. Here comes Miami.
Well, you got to get Howard low, because once he raises up, it's either hit or miss.
LeBron's pop. Perfect. LeBron James with 6 points. It's a shutout so far here in the first quarter. 12-0 Miami. And finally,